The cost of IT in business can be staggering. From hardware and software expenses to services like internet and phone, you don't need to spend a fortune on IT to succeed. If your organization spends more than $500 monthly on any service, or you're considering signing a long-term contract, IT Enabled can help you manage your technology and minimize your costs. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation. IT Enabled, we're here to help.
Hi, I'm Tara Watson-Watkins, President and CEO of the Lufkin Angelina County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the Connect podcast, connecting business with the community. I'm here today with my co-host, Blake Pollino with BP Media Group.
Welcome back to the show. We truly appreciate you tuning in again with us this week. This week on the show, we have Maira Carrillo here to talk about becoming a small business owner, opening her own private practice here in Lufkin, how she's gotten plugged in with the community, and some great insights that come with that.
Maira, we're thrilled to have you here. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so why don't you give a little bit about your background? I know you're a local girl.
I am.
But let's talk about that. Let's talk about growing up in Diboll and then how you got back here.
Absolutely. So I actually started school in Lufkin.
Did you really?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to Lufkin, I think, through first grade. And then we moved to Diboll. I've stayed there until I graduated from high school. And you know, East Texas has a way of just keeping you here for a little bit. We go out into the world and somehow end up right back here. But I graduated high school and I attended Angelina College. And then after that, I went to SFA. And then I woke up and I had a little bit of an Elle Woods moment, and I said, I'm going to go to law school.
Good for you.
And I went to Baylor, and I was there for a couple of years. And, you know, I thought I was going to end up in Dallas or Houston, and I got those wonderful job offers, but those high rises are nothing compared to our East Texas piney woods.
That's
so
right.
I ended up back here, and I have not left since then. This is home, and I'm glad to be back.
That's fantastic. And you now have your own private practice.
I do. I have been very fortunate. I was able to open the doors to our new practice this year, and so it has been great. I have had wonderful community support, so I'm incredibly blessed.
That's great.
That's probably the most reoccurring theme we have on this podcast, however many 150 plus episodes in that we are, is that people are born and raised here, they leave, and then they come back.
It's our stories.
It's ours. My story. It's everyone's stories. So why did you choose this career path? So what made you get into law?
So, you know, I knew I wanted to be in a profession where I was able to help people. I was exposed at a fairly young age to the legal practice because what I was doing at Angelina College required me to have an internship with a local law firm. So I ended up in Kay Alderman's firm, and I learned a lot while I was there. And I saw the impact that work had on individuals. So my practice consists of family law, so divorces, child custody cases, things that are generally not fun. Nobody wants to be in our office at any given time, unless we're doing an adoption, which that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, it's not where people want to be in life.
Sure.
And so I saw the impact we made, the difference we made. There was a lot of empathy. There was that warmth that people need when they're going through that difficult time. And so I feel like that that office was able to provide that, and I've been able to integrate that into my own practice as well. And so to be able to provide that kind of service to individuals going through a difficult time, it's just kind of how I landed where I am now.
Yeah. Did you consider any other types of law, or was it always family law that you wanted to do?
Like I said, you know, going to do these interviews in Dallas, it was either personal injury law or insurance defense. And I think personal injury would have had that same effect of helping individuals, but insurance law, that was frowned upon a little bit.
Yeah.
Insurance defense, you're helping the big insurance companies.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but I considered it. But like I said, I ended up right back here and doing this that I absolutely love.
Well, and Kay was a great mentor.
She
and
was.
taught you so much at a young age and really showed you what it's supposed to be like to help someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. She has had a great impact on me and my career for sure.
That's great. That's great. So what do you enjoy most about what you do every single day?
I guess my favorite part, the best part of it all is, after countless hours of working at your desk, gathering information, gathering evidence, for, full day's hearing is the result that we're able to produce at the end of the day, the result that our client wanted. And it's just that gratitude from them at the end of it that we've helped with a bad situation with children or just a bad situation in their marriage. And we're able to attain that result for them. And it's just relief that they feel, that sense of relief that they feel. That's what we're here for. And so when we've accomplished that, that is really what makes me appreciate what I do.
Yeah. It's rewarding.
It's rewarding. Yep.
I love that. So what is it about Lufkin, Angelina County that brought you back? It's been the most reoccurring theme that we've seen in the podcast, but people have different answers for what it was that brought them back. And what was it that brought you back?
So, it's that small town feel. I grew up here. So if Angelina County was able to send me out to the world and make me who I am now, then why couldn't I come back to it and then look at it as a place for me to raise a future family in years to come? And luckily, I was blessed enough to meet my husband here after I came back. And so it's been wonderful. But yeah, I mean, it's a great place to live and a great place to raise a family.
I love that.
To me, it's like it's a full circle. So I'm like you and like Blake. I mean, it gave us so much. It allowed us to kind of have wings and go out and fly and do those things and to see the other side of the grass and realize that we could come back here and make our own difference in the lives of those that were coming up behind us.
Exactly.
And how we can give them opportunities to go out and do things and then come back and be tax-paying citizens here and make our home a better place.
Absolutely.
So,
I agree 100% with that. Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about you starting your practice and starting a small business from scratch here in East Texas. So you've gotten really plugged in, been really involved. And tell us a little bit about that. How's that journey gone, being a small business owner as well?
It's a learning process.
Right.
They didn't teach me how to run a practice.
Right. Yeah. There's not a marketing 101 class in.
Don't have a degree in marketing or business management, any of that. So it's been just trial by fire on all of it. But going back to Kay, she was a great mentor. So I was able to see a little bit of how she did things, and I've been able to take that and make it my own. I'm slowly learning things, and this works, this doesn't, and just rocking and rolling. But I've learned that it takes a lot of sleepless nights. And I've just got to get out there and do it, because if I don't do it, nobody else is really going to do it. But I have a wonderful, wonderful staff who is incredibly supportive, and they know that I'm there in the early hours or on weekends. And so they also encourage me to say, hey, Maira, you need to step away. You can get away for the weekend or a week and do something so that you can recharge and you're able to be back here and pour back into what we love to do. And that's been one of the learning processes, but knowing that I'm able to take that now and say, okay, if I do step away and recharge, then I'm able to come back in and give it my full attention rather than just burn out, because I've at my desk all day
Yeah.
and all night.
It's a whole different dynamic. I have a friend of mine, my brother-in-law is a welder, has been a welder for years. And we see each other on holidays and we talk about schedule and work. And he'll always tell me how lucky I am that I own my own business and I can make my own schedule and work when I want and not work when I don't want. And that's true to an extent, right? So like my son plays golf, and if I want to take the day off to go caddy for him in a golf tournament, I usually can do that.
Right.
But I always tell him that when he clocks out at the end of the day, he clocks out.
Exactly.
You're done. You're not thinking about welding. You're not thinking about work until you clock in the next day. It's like I'm in the shower, like thinking up concepts for something that I need to do tomorrow, or like going over everything that I didn't do. That it never stops. So there's never really truly off time when it comes to that. But you said you've gone through a lot of things that work and don't work. What's worked for you so far being a small? I asked that because a large group of our listeners are small business owners and entrepreneurs in the area. So what's worked for you? What's been successful for you?
What's worked for me is that I have learned to accept that not everybody's like me.
Oh, that's good.
Not everybody thinks the way I do, but that's what makes us unique. That's what makes things work, because we all bring different ideas to the table. So sometimes I'm become too rigid in my ways, and I'm like, we've got to do it this way. If we don't do it this way, it's not going to turn out the way I want it to turn out.
Interesting.
And so it's just kind of turning loose of things sometimes and letting others' ideas take a little bit of control in it as well, right? We've all got different talents. And so opening myself up, it's a little bit vulnerable there because I like to be in control of things.
Sure, yeah.
But allowing those ideas from others to incorporate them into what I like, and it makes everybody else happy in the practice, because that practice does not work if everybody's not working and if everyone's not meshing, so that's been somewhat of a learning process for me on what works and what doesn't work. So we've got to be open to ideas, not just set in our ways.
Yeah. It's an interesting concept because it's you start this thing that's yours and it's your baby and it's got your name on it. And you start to hire people, and no one's going to be as passionate about it as you are. No matter how much you pay them or how good they are, it's not their baby the way that it is yours.
Right.
So like bringing in that outside of advice is difficult at times. But I've noticed, so just like through the chamber and different things, that you've been really willing to get out there and get involved. And how has that helped your business, or if at all?
I feel so. When I was practicing, I've been practicing for 5 years now. So, but this is the first year my name's been out on the door. So while I was here, there was not enough of that name recognition, right? And so this has allowed that to say, okay, you've been here, but now we see you.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's been incredibly helpful. So I love staying plugged in, doing things with the chamber and what other organizations are in our community to give back. So it's been wonderful for sure.
I love that.
Well, we love seeing your business grow, and we love being a part of it and helping get your name out and get you networking and connections. So thank you for allowing us to help promote you.
Absolutely.
It's a joy for the chamber for us to watch small businesses really grow and pick up and become well established. So thanks for allowing us to be a part of your journey.
Well, the chamber is a great place, and for individuals who aren't members, become a member.
Awesome. Thanks.
Oh,
we
thank you.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we appreciate that. What's the future look like for your practice? What are your goals, aspirations? Put them out in the world and let them be let 'em be real.
I'd love to see it definitely grow. I'd love to have another lawyer in there. I'd love to just gradually build it. I've got a great team right now, but it would be wonderful to have, a lawyer doing a hearing here and a lawyer doing a hearing here, and have our office just all over the counties in East Texas. So that's something that I look forward to. And I want us to have just a good presence in the community, just a good solid foundation. Hey, this is a firm you go to for family law. I mean, I want us to be known for that and recognized for that for sure. So that's what I'd love to build and grow in the years to come.
I love that.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Where can people find? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was going to ask.
Where can people
they
find you? Yeah, if they want to know more about.
So you can go to our website, carrillolawtx.com, or you can visit us at our office at 124 East Lufkin Avenue. Just reach out to us. You can shoot us an email through the link on our website, and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you coming on the podcast and chatting with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maira.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. If you'll do us a huge favor, if you'll share this podcast with somebody that you think might find these stories interesting. We release a podcast every Monday, and we'd love to have someone else join in on these stories as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.